Welcome to our third grade worksheet lesson number 13. And to start off, we're going to be finding the sum or the difference. And looking at number 1, we have $3,524 minus $2,392. And we're just be subtracting it. So looking at this, we do 4 minus 2, which gets us 2. And then 2 minus 9 is not possible, so we're going to have to borrow 1 from this 5. This 5 becomes a 4, this 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 9 equals 3. 4 minus 1 equals 1. And 3 minus 2 equals 1. And so our answer for number 1 is $1,132. And for number 3, we're also, but this time we're adding it, so let's add our digits for this one. 7 plus 1 equals 8. 8 plus 8 equals 16, so we put a 6 right here and carry the 1 over. 1 plus 2 equals 5, and 4 plus 3 equals 7. And so our answer for number 3 is $7,568. And over on this right side, it's the same thing, but this time it has cents, but it's still the same thing. So looking at number 6, here we have 4 plus 6, which is 10, so we put a 0 right here, carry the 1 over. 1 plus 9 plus 5 equals 15, so we put a 5. We can bring down the decimal point and then carry the 1 over 2. 2 plus 1 equals 5, and 2 plus 7 equals 7. And so our answer for number 6 is $75.50. And for number 7, the same thing, but we're subtracting this time. 4 minus 8 is not possible, so we have to borrow 1 from this 8. This 8 becomes a 7, this 4 becomes 14. 14 minus 8 equals 6. 7 minus 3 equals 4. Carry down the period. 3 minus 5 is not possible, so we're borrowing from this 7. This 7 becomes a 6. This 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 5 equals 8. And 6 minus 4 equals 2. And so our answer for number 7 is $28.46. For this next page, we'll be filling in the table. And like we know, a dollar is basically 100 cents. Quarter is 25 cents. A dime is 10. Nickel is 5. And a penny is 1. So, looking at this, number 1 says we have no dimes, nickels, or pennies, but our value is $6.25. So, a way we can do this is $6.25 is equal to 625, and we know that each quarter is 25. So for number 1, we're going to do 625 divided by 25. 25 goes into 625 2 times, so we do 25 times 2 gets us 50. Subtract that, we get 1, 2, and we bring down the 5. 25 goes into 125 5 times. So 25 times 25, or 20 times 5 is 125. We can subtract that and we get 0. And so that tells us that our answer for number 1 is 25 quarters. For number 2, we have 4 quarters, a mystery amount of dimes, and 1 nickel, and this value is still $6.25. So the way we're going to do this one is same thing. So this time we already know we have 4 quarters, which is 100. We have 1 nickel, which is 5, so we have 105 right here. We can then subtract, we can do 625 minus 105. That gets us 0 to 5, gets us 520, and we can just do 520 divided by 10. That's a 5, 50 to 0, it goes into 2 times, and our answer for number 2 is 52 dimes. Moving on to the next page, where we're using greater than, less than, or equal to compare the amounts of money. For number 1, we have $1 for quarters 5 nickels, which is 100, plus 4 times 25 is also 100, plus 5 nickels, 5 times 5 is 25. $2 on this side, which is equal to 200, 1 quarter, which is 25, and 5 dimes, which is 5 times 20, or 5 times 10, then we get 50. So, to compare them, we're going to add these up all together. On this left side, we get 225, and on this right side, we get 275. And we all know that 275 is greater than 225, so our answer for number 1 is less than. Number 2, same thing. $2 equals 200. 4 quarters, 4 times 25 equals 100, plus 2 dimes is equal to 20. $3 is equal to 300. 1 dime is 10, and 5 nickels is 25. So we can add these up all together again. This side we get 320, and on the right side we get 335. And just like number 1, we know that 335 is greater than 320, so the answer is less than. For our word problems, Brain, or I think Brian, bought a cat bed for $6.95 and a cat collar for $4.99. How much money did Brian spend? So we're trying to find how much money Brian spent. Put a T right here and change this to Brian. But since we're trying to find out how much he spent, we're just going to have to add these two values that we were given together. So we have $6.95 plus $4.99. We can add these two together. We get 5 plus 9 equals 14, so we put a 4, carry the 1 over. Over here we have 9 plus 9 plus 1, which equals 19, so we put a 9 right here, bring down the dot, and carry the 1 over again. And we get 1 plus 6 plus 4, which gets us 11. And so our answer for number 1 is $11.94. And number 2, Michelle has 3 quarters, 3 dimes, and 1 nickel. She wants to buy a slice of pie for $1.10. Does she have enough money? So the way we can do this is we can convert 110 or $1.10 to 110, and we're just gonna have to find out how much money she has by adding these together. So 3 quarters, we have 25 each, and there's 3 of them, so that gets us 75. 3 dimes, there's 10 each, and we get 30. And 1 nickel is just 5. So we can add these all together. 75 plus 30 equals 105, plus 5 is equal to 110. And as we can see, 110 is equal to the amount that the slice of pie cost. So our answer for number 2 is yes, she does have enough money.